Hey everyone, it's Rashida and Marshall. Thank you so much for joining me for a workout. If it's your first time, welcome. Be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all future videos. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoy another workout. So today we're going to be taking it through a Pilates blast routine. This will be a 30-minute workout, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, where we're going to be incorporating some movements that are a little more challenging just to boost the intensity a bit of the workout. I'll be sure to mention some different modifications for those who would like to tailor the exercises to better fit their fitness level. We will be using some props, so I have my light dumbbells here. I have 1 pound weights, so if you have something similar or maybe something that you can use as a substitute, be sure to keep those close by as we'll be using them throughout the routine. So we're going to start standing and then we'll work our way down to the mat, so let's go ahead and get going. So we're going to start first just with some standing stretches and a few moves upright here. So find yourself in a parallel stance. We're going to take a big inhale of the arms as we reach up to the ceiling and exhale as we lower. And then again for 2, big stretch up and exhale, release. Let's go ahead and take one more big lift. Exhale as you fold over to one side. Inhale as you bring it up through center and exhale, fold. Good. Let's do one more each direction. Inhale through center. Exhale as you fold. And last one, inhale, reach, and exhale into that stretch. We go ahead and bring the arms back up overhead and exhale as we draw them down. We're going to float those arms out to the side. We're going to take a nice twist, lifting the rib cage as you rotate. Exhale back to center. And then the other side, inhale, twist, and back to the front. One more to each side. Inhale, and exhale, bring it back. Last one, inhale, twist. And exhale brings you back. We lower those arms. I'm going to turn here for the next move just so you can get a better view. You're going to float them out in front and go ahead and inhale and draw the shoulder blades together. So taking a nice squeeze. And then exhale as you separate, reaching those arms out a little further. And then again for 2. Inhale, squeeze without flaring the rib cage. And exhale out in front. One more. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale, release. We lower the arms one more time. Hip distance stance, maybe a little wider. We'll do a few squats before we begin to bring it down. Pressing back on those heels on your inhale and exhale, lift. And then again for 2. Inhale and we're up. Good. So really pressing back as though you're sitting down, reaching those arms out in front. I like to keep my toes lifted. It helps me to know that I'm sitting back on the heel, so you can add that in there if you'd like. Let's go ahead and do 3 more, and then we're going to hold it on that last one. Last 2, inhale, reach, exhale up. Last one, we hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We bring ourselves all the way up. Bring those feet in together, and then find yourself at the edge of your mat. We're going to do a few roll downs before we bring ourselves all the way into a plank. So take an inhale as you're upright. Exhale, chin to chest as you begin to round yourself forward, 1 vertebrae at a time. And just let yourself kind of rock there for a moment, dangling, releasing the lower back. And then we bring it back to center and we round ourselves all the way up with control. And then again for 2. Inhale up top and exhale, bringing yourself down. And then again, maybe rocking if it feels okay. And then we find it back in center, round yourself all the way up. Our next roll down will bring us into our plank. So when you're ready, take that exhale, round forward. Bring those palms to meet the mat, maybe bending the knees a little more if you need to. And then walk yourself out, finding your plank position. And then we hold it here, strong core, keeping those hips lifted. So continue to hold that plank strong. You can hold it here if this feels best, or you can walk those feet in here with me as we tap the toes in center, keeping that control, keeping that stability. Last 3 and 3, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. And then from there we lower the knees, untuck the toes, and press back, taking a quick child's pose stretch. And then we're going to walk those palms in towards the feet and bring ourselves into a seated position. So we're going to have those knees bent, soles of the feet planted down on the mat. Go ahead and grab your weights here. And we're going to do a few half roll downs with some arm variations. So those arms are reaching out in front. Let's go ahead and inhale as we draw the belly in, round back, halfway. And then exhale, deepen into the core and lift. And then again for 2. Inhale, round. And exhale, lift. Next one, let's add the arms floating up to the ceiling. So we inhale, round back, pause, float those arms up, draw them back out in front, and exhale, lift. And then again for 2. Inhale, round, lifting those arms, lower them down, and exhale, curl. Now let's take it over to a twist to each side, starting to our right. Inhale, round back and pause. Exhale that right arm out to the side. Inhale, draws it back, and we lift. And then to the left. Inhale, round back, left arm out. Bring it back in through center, and we lift. Now we'll combine our lift up and out to the side. So we go ahead and take it out, we pause, take that right arm out to the side first, bring it back in, lift up to center, and we bring it back up. And then again to the left. As we round back, take that left arm out, bring it back to center, float both those arms up, and we draw it in. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale brings it in, we lift those arms, and exhale brings you back up, keeping those feet planted. One more time. Inhale, left arm, draw it back, lift those arms up overhead, and then we draw ourselves all the way back up to seated. Now we're going to use some roll downs to bring us all the way back. We're going to add some pauses, so scooting forward here so I don't fall off the mat. Arms out in front. Go ahead and inhale, round yourself back and pause. We hold it. Take it down 1 more inch, and exhale brings you all the way up. And then again, inhale, round down, and round back another inch, maybe 1 more inch, and exhale, lift. 1 more like that. Inhale, round back and hold it, and then a little bit more. 1 more, and exhale brings you all the way up. And then your next one brings you all the way down in 1. So go ahead and control yourself down onto the mat with control. Keeping those arms reaching out in front, feet planted. Woo. And then melt down, let those arms maybe melt overhead. Taking a quick moment there just to release. And then we're going to bring those arms all the way back. We'll sit those weights by our side, getting yourself recentered or resituated there. And then from here, we're going to take it into a quick pelvic stability exercise, or a couple of pelvic stability exercises. So let's go ahead and start with some marching leg lifts. On your exhale, float that left leg up, keeping that bent knee shape. Inhale, lower, and exhale, take that right leg up. So just keeping that control, really trying not to get into the arch of the lower back or letting the calves collapse down in toward the hamstrings. And feel free to speed this up if you'd like, maybe alternating, keeping the legs both elevated at a certain point. Last 3 and 3, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. Now go ahead and bring both feet up to your tabletop, keeping them glued in tight here. Now on your inhale, go ahead and lower those feet down with control towards the mat, and exhale draws them up. And again for 2 as you lower down, and we lift. So those feet might hit the mat. They might find themselves in between that tabletop and the ground. So find whatever point allows for you to control the movement without, again, getting into the arch of the back or rounding those shoulders up off of the ground. Let's do 2 more. And exhale brings them up. Last one, inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. And both those legs come back up, and we hold them right here. So now let's go ahead and grab back onto those weights. We float those arms up towards the ceiling, keeping the legs up. Inhale as you're getting set up here. Exhale, curl, reach those arms by the hips. And we lower. Inhale, lift the arms, lower the head. Exhale, curl, and reach. So let's go ahead and do 3 more like this. Exhale as you lift. And we lower, really getting into that upper ab curl. Last one, inhale, and exhale up. The next ones, let's lengthen those legs to 45. So inhale as you're flat, exhale, curl, reach the arms, and reach the legs. Inhale brings you back, and exhale, reach. And for 3. Really drawing the belly in and up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale, lengthen, curl up. Last one here. And we pause. So now our next lift will bring us right into our 100. Legs can stay at tabletop, or you can join me in 45, keeping those weights in hand. Inhale to get you set up here. Exhale, curl, reach the arms. We start our inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3,
4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale, staying curled up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Last inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, curl up a little bit higher. And then exhale, melt down. Draw those knees in, maybe rest those arms all the way out. And just take a quick pause there. Whew. And now we're gonna lower those legs back down onto the mat, finding yourself fully lengthened. And we'll take it into our roll up. So those arms maybe are lengthened overhead to challenge, or maybe you can take them straight up over the chest. Inhale to get you set up, flexing those ankles as well. Inhale as you get set up. Exhale, peel the spine up off the mat as you round yourself forward towards the feet. And then we inhale, round back with control. And exhale, really controlling yourself all the way into that lift. Let's go ahead and do 3 more. And we're up. Last 2. And exhale floats you up here. And here's our last one. And exhale as you peel yourself up off the mat. We're going to hold it as we stretch all the way forward, taking a nice hamstring stretch here really quick as you just allow yourself to melt down. And then from there, we're going to use one last roll down to bring us all the way flat. So rounding yourself down onto the mat. And then go ahead and rest those arms by the hips very quickly. And now from here, let's go ahead and take it into some of our abs series. So we're going to draw those legs in towards the chest, bending the knees, grabbing onto your weights. Let's curl up and let's turn those palms to face the ceiling. So as we lengthen one leg, we'll take it into a bicep curl, and then we'll switch and lengthen those arms. So finding your flows, you go in and out and in. Staying curled up, feel free to just wrap the arms around the shins as you alternate if you'd rather not take it into this motion here. Last 4 and 4, 3 and 3, 2 and 1. And we melt down, drawing the legs in towards the chest. We're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders again, bringing the arms from around the shins underneath or behind the knees. Let's go ahead and take a big inhale as we reach arms and legs. Exhale, draw those arms around toward the seat. And again, inhale, reach, and exhale. And we're out for 3, and 4. Really reaching arms and legs in opposition to lengthen the body. Press all that air out as you bring it back in. Last 4, and 4, 3, and 3, 2, and 1. And we pause and take a rest. Our next one is going to require us to hold either one weight or maybe both in both hands. I'm going to keep both my weights since they're relatively light. You're going to lengthen the legs up, and we'll be threading the weight between the legs there, taking wide movements of the arms. So go ahead and find your lift, getting yourself prepped, and we switch the weights, and we sweep, and in, and switch. So if you're holding both your weights like me, just really make sure you have a good grip so we don't drop one. So staying curled up, reaching that opposite leg long. Last 4 and 4, 3 and 3, 2 and 1. And we go ahead and we take a nice pause, resting there. We're going to keep both the weights in hands, going right to our crisscross. Let's go ahead and find ourselves in tabletop, hands floating behind the head, holding onto those weights so we add a bit of resistance. Let's go ahead and twist, keeping those elbows wide. Bring it back in through center and switch. And in and switch. So think of bringing the armpit toward the knee, or the rib cage toward the knee, so you really get into those deeper abdominal muscles. Last 3 and 3, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. Whew. And we melt down, Just allow the knees to melt in towards you there. And now we're gonna go ahead and lengthen the legs. You can float those arms behind you and just sit the weights down. And then when you're ready, go ahead and float over onto your midsection, and we'll get into some extension work here. So once you find yourself flipped over, go ahead and bring the palms by the rib cage, and let's take a quick stretch here as you press yourself up, just getting a nice stretch. Go to whatever distance works best, maybe looking over each shoulder, getting a quick release, and then we're gonna bring ourselves all the way back down. Now from here, go ahead and grab onto your weights, making sure to keep the abdominals engaged so we're not sinking in and getting into the lower back. And let's go ahead and lengthen both the arms, and we'll take it into an opposite arm and leg reach. So go ahead on your inhale, float that left arm and right leg up, and exhale, melt down. And we switch. Inhale, lift, and release. So just alternating. As you lower, feel like your body's lengthening as you rest the arm and leg down onto the ground. 2 more each side as we lift for 2, and 2. Last one. 1, and 1. And we lower down. Now we'll float both arm and leg up at the same time. Inhale as you lift and release. And again for 2. Inhale up, lengthen to lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift, and release. Last one. And we melt down. Now our next one will add a float of the arms and some heeled beats with the feet. So go ahead and lift yourself up here. We bend the elbows, draw those arms back, lengthen them back out. In your V stance, tap the heels together here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. And then again for 2. Inhale, lift. Arms float back. We lengthen out, tap the heels. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Whew. 2 more times. We lift and float back. Extend, tap the heels. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Last one here. Inhale. Draw those arms back. Lengthen, tap the heels for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Woo. And take a pause. Go ahead and sit the weights down, press back, and take a nice child's pose stretch there as you sit back on the heels, getting a nice release. And then let's bring ourselves back up, and we're gonna turn ourselves around, lay ourselves back onto our back. Let's move into some bridge work here. So our legs are bent and we're laying flat. And let's go ahead and grab onto those weights, so not too far away. All right, and now we're gonna start first with floating the arms up as we take it into our bridge, or floating the arms down as we take it into our bridge. So we're gonna start the arms up over the chest. Feet are hip distance, feet planted down into the ground. Go ahead and on your inhale, curl the hips up, reach those arms toward the feet as you lift, and exhale as you lower with control. And then again for 2. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. Let's take it through 3 more, really keeping those shoulders rooted down, and down. Last 2. And we lower. Last full lift and lower here as we take ourselves up, reaching those arms, and then release. All right, and now from here, let's go ahead and challenge the movement a bit. Arms stay lifted up toward the ceiling. Go ahead and find your bridge as you lift the hips. Stay up, keep that balance. Starting with our left leg, we float it up into tabletop, and we lower. And we switch as we lift and release. And again. So really keep those hips level, those arms stay lifted up. Last 2, and 2. Last one here, 1, and 1. Good. Now go ahead and just lower the arms. Feel free to lower the hips if that feels better for a quick break in between. If not, join me staying lifted. Let's float that left leg back up, pressing those palms into the mat, into your tabletop. We lengthen it up toward the ceiling. We kick in towards us for 1, 2. Exhale, flex, reach that leg to the height of your right or lower. And again, 1, 2, and we reach. Let's take it through 2 more. Inhale, kick, 1, 2. Exhale, down. Last one. And reach. Keep that leg lifted up toward the ceiling, and then we hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, lower down. Either rest the hips really quickly or stay lifted here with me. Let's float to that right leg as we draw it in and extend. Kick in. 1, 2. Exhale, float it. finding a height that works best as you lower that leg. And for 3. Let's do 2 more. Last one. We draw that leg back up and we hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down and then lower the hips with control. Whew. And then we take a nice pause there, letting those legs fall from left to right through your windshield wiper, getting a nice release in the spine. And then we're going to take it over to our side into some sideline leg series. So let's go ahead, moving those weights just a little out the way, but we're going to use one, so keep one close by. Find ourselves turned maybe on your left side with me, maybe the right side. And we have those legs glued in tight towards one another. We're going to start first with the head actually lengthened, or arm lengthened, head on the arm. Keep those legs glued in tight. And we scoop the side body up, top palm pressing into the mat. Let's lift both those legs here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it lifted on that last one. Float it to the front corner. Lower your bottom leg, top leg stays up here. And now we're gonna go ahead and float that leg up toward the ceiling as we inhale, flex to lift. Exhale, point down. And for 2. Good. So fight the urge to look at that foot, look out in front. If the head is on the arm like me, go ahead and keep the neck lengthened so you don't fall into that reclined position. Last 2 and 2, 1 and 1. Now we keep that leg up, keep it flexed. We bring that leg forward, we lift, sweep it back and down. So creating a little square. Try to hit each corner as you take that leg through the shape. Let's do one more here for 1, 2, 3, and down. Now we reverse. Take that leg up, bring it forward, lower and back for 2. 2 more. 1, 2, and last one. Good. Now we hold it here. Small pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We pause, lift a little bit higher, and again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold that leg, grab onto your weight, lower that bottom arm, reach the top arm over the ear, exhale, draw it up and crunch. Woo, push through. And for 2. Inhale, reach and lift 3. You got it. And for 4, we're almost there. Exhale, lift 4. And 3. Woo. Last 2. And 1, and go ahead and rest. Whew. Let that leg melt down, and now go ahead and rest the weight just for a moment. We're gonna come back to that top leg, but let's give it a quick break. We're gonna work that bottom leg. So let's flex that foot, and then we draw it up here for 8, and lower. Lift 7, and 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, small pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift a little higher, and again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg, and now let's finish with that top leg before we switch. So grab back onto your weight, lengthen that top leg, and now we're gonna bring that arm out, but now we'll be bending elbow and knee. So inhale as you reach, exhale, draw them into center as you crunch. And again, we reach, and in. Good. So think of bringing the armpit closer to the hip, really closing that space. Last 4, and in for 3, 2, and 1. We hold and pulse here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we melt down for real. So done with that side, done with that leg. And now we're gonna bring ourselves over to the other side. So maybe you just flip over. I'm gonna turn myself around here. So let's go ahead and again, legs are lengthened, maybe resting on that bottom arm, top palm pressed in, and go ahead and keep the side body scooped up. Let's lift both those legs here for 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, stay lifted on that last one, bring it to the front corner, lower the bottom, top leg is up, ankle flexed, and let's go ahead and lift that leg up and exhale, point to lower. And again for 2, and release, and 3. So keeping it very controlled for 4. Let's do 4 more. Fighting the urge to swing the leg up, so really make sure that you're keeping that leg steady and controlled. And after this last one, we bring it back down, ankle flex. Let's bring that leg forward, lift, back, and down for 2. Good, 2 more, hitting every corner of your square. Last one. And then we pause, reverse as we draw the leg up, forward, down, and back for 2. And last 2 here, making sure upper body's not rocking all over the place. Last one. Good. And then we bring it back over that bottom leg. Let's take it up as we pulse, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift a little higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We pause, grab your weight. Big reach as you extend the arm overhead. Exhale, draw arm and leg up. And again for 2. Whew. So push through that burn here with me for 3. And up 4. We only have 4 more. Exhale up. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Woo. And then we pause. Rest that leg. And now let's go ahead and take a quick break. So we sit the weight down, top leg melts over. And let's bring it to that bottom leg, ankle flex. And we draw the leg up here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We hold it and we pulse up here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We hold it and pulse again. Lift a little higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg and we pause. Go. And now let's go ahead and bring it back to that top leg. So we lengthen that leg out, grab the weight as we lengthen, and then we're going to bend the elbow and knee as we bring it in here for 8, and reach, and 7, for 6, and 5. We're almost there. Keep it going. Last 4, 3, last 2, and then last one we hold it and we pulse here in center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and melt down. Take that release. Whew. And now we're going to bring it onto our back. Take a nice figure 4 stretch as you recline and cross one leg over. Maybe this feels good here. And if you'd like, you can pull that whole shape in towards you, holding that stretch. Maybe lengthening that back leg to get a hamstring stretch at the same time, if that feels okay. And then let's go ahead and switch there. So reverse, same exact thing. Draw that shape in, and maybe lengthen your top leg. And then from there, let's go ahead and lower both the feet. And then we're just gonna roll over onto one side, press yourself up so we can bring it up onto all 4s. So from our upright position, let's go ahead and bring it up onto all 4s. So we wanna have the shoulders directly over the wrists and hips directly over the knees. Go ahead and bring one weight in as we'll be using it in this sequence. We're gonna place the weight in the left arm. Let's lengthen that right leg out behind us as we extend that right arm out in front. Finding your hold here, really staying balanced, keeping that core engaged. Now, if it feels good to just hold it and work on this, you can stay there or you can flow in and out with us. Inhale, knee and elbow in center, and exhale, reach. And again for 2. And 3. So really staying nice and controlled here. 2 more. Last 1. Now we stay lifted. Now take that arm out to the side as the leg floats to the opposite direction. Exhale, bring them back in. And again for 2. And in. 3 more for 3. Hopefully your foot's not hitting something like how I'm hitting my plant here for 2. And last 1. And bring it back in. Now lower the weight in your hand. Keep that leg lifted. Bend the knee, sole of the foot flexed. Lower that knee down to tap the ground. Exhale, press up. And for 2. And lift. And 3. Last 4. Here we go for 4. And 3. Last 2. and 1. Keep the leg lifted. We pulse up to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down and press back on the hip. Hopefully I gave you guys the right amount of reps. I know it's always frustrating when the trainer can't count, right? I think we got the right amount there. And let's go ahead and bring it all the way back up. Now we're gonna switch and extend opposite arm and leg. So let's go ahead and take that left leg out. That right arm is lifted. Again, it might feel good just to work on your balance here today. And then if you'd like to flow, let's bring elbow and knee in center. And exhale, reach. And again for 2. And for 3. And 4. Let's take it through one more. And we extend, we hold it. Now float that arm and leg out to opposite sides. Exhale brings them back. And for 2, inhale, reach, and back to center. Last 3, whoops, and in. Last 2, and keep that control. Here's your last 1. And we draw it back, good. Now lower that arm, lower the weight. We keep that leg up, knee bent, sole of the foot is flexed. We bring it down, and we lift. And for 2, press up, and 3, for 4. Let's take it through 4 more, aiming to not get into the arch of the lower back, just working the glute. Last 2, and 1, keep it lifted, we pulse here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lower that leg down, and we press back. And now we're gonna bring ourselves back up. Let's go ahead and finish with some side bends and planks before we bring ourselves to our feet. So we're gonna turn ourselves over to one side. So you can find yourself maybe in a kneeling side bend, modified, keeping that knee down. And if you'd like to join us in the full side bend, you could do so, lengthening both those legs out, really keeping the hip lifted, chest open to the front. We're gonna add our weight if you'd like for some twists. So we take that arm up to the ceiling, big stretch, exhale, twist, thread it under. And again for 2 as we lift. And bring it under. Last 3, and 3, 2, and 2, 1, and 1. After that last one, we take a big twist. We take the arm back up, turn all the way back through center, lower that weight, find yourself centered in your plank. Maybe you just hold it here, maybe knees are down if you'd like to modify. Maybe we do Spiderman crunches here on the side. Bring those knees outside the elbow. For 2, and 2. Staying lifted, staying controlled. Last 2, and 2, 1, and 1. Now we take it over to the other side, find that opposite palm in center. We turn, maybe lowering that knee if you'd like, finding yourself in whichever version. Grab onto that weight here. We take that arm up, big twist, as we bring it under. And for 2. You got this. We lift and thread. Last 2, and 2, 1, and 1. Float that arm back up, and then we rotate ourselves all the way back. Find yourself back in that plank. We are almost there. Find whatever version works best for you, and then you can join us as we finish again, knee outside the elbow. We are almost there. Here we go. Last 3, and 3, 2, and 2, 1, and 1. Woo! Lower those knees, untuck the toes, and press back. Make that nice stretch. Woo. Just allowing your body to melt down here. And then we're going to prepare to bring it onto our feet. So let's go ahead and lift ourselves back up onto all fours. Move that weight. Quick plank just to allow us to lift the hips and walk the palms back in to that forward fold. And let's go ahead and lift the hips. Walk the palms back in toward the feet, and then round ourselves all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center. And then to finish, we take one big lift of the arms as you inhale, and exhale as we lower down. And we are done for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you feel lengthened and stronger and that you broke a little bit of a sweat like I did. I had a great time leading this routine. And again, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you do so you can stay up to date on all future videos. So thank you guys again. I hope you have a good one, and I can't wait to share the next routine with you. Bye.